You know that part in Mean Girls that's always a meme where she's like, the limit does not exist at the math competition? Well, this is how I want you to think about success. Success does not exist. Because think about it. Let me cook. I've never used that phrase before. Hear me out for a second. As we grow up, our world shapes everything. Our parents, teachers, environment, interactions, friends, everything. Society in general, our cultures shape who we are and very much what we strive for, what we think is acceptable or what we should aim for in life. Many of these things we never even actively chose as values in our life, or something that we want to strive for, or something that we do define success as. This has just been accepted by most of us, me myself included, as I should strive for money, fame, a house, a car, things, what most people define success as. But these things, these stereotypical metrics of success, you didn't actively choose these things. The world told you that that is what success looks like. As we grow up and we see our parents or other adults or celebrities on TV have these things, we say successful people have these things because the world around us tells us these people are successful. We didn't necessarily say that this is the most important thing to me, and this is what I want to spend my whole life chasing. If you don't actively reflect on and then choose your values, life will tell you what to value. It already has. So really, when you choose your values, you're actually rewriting your values. You're rewriting how you see success and what you want to spend your life chasing. Success is so subjective. Success as a concept is not the same for everyone. It's not the same in every culture. I have clients all around the world, and while there are absolutely metrics of success that are standard across countries, there are differences. You have control over what success means to you and how you choose to measure and evaluate success in your life. And unfortunately, the metrics of success that society has told us to value often makes people feel like they're failing. Especially young people, like people in their 20s, to think that, oh, they're doing nothing with their life. You're a baby, calm down. Go backpack around Asia. I mean, you don't need to figure it out. I'm just starting to figure it out. Of course, this is a privileged take. I 100% acknowledge my privilege and also my success, because I am successful in my version of success. I do not make a lot of money, but I have complete freedom of time, location. I'm a digital nomad. I move countries every season. I have lots of freedom and flexibility. I've created a life that I love without chasing money. So many people nowadays end up feeling lost and like they're losing in life because they're living by rules that they never even agreed to. Maybe they don't even relate to or truly value. They're using someone else's metric of success as the way to measure their entire life and worth. And that's not just sad, but that's dangerous. When we have a whole generation, societies thinking that they're not living valuable lives just because they're not millionaires, when we have a whole generation who thinks being a millionaire is normal and they're failing if they're not one, that's societal problem. So I would go as far as to say that redefining your success is not only important, nowadays it's essential to happiness and living a life that is aligned with who you are and your values, and just being aware of the fact that you were told to chase these things and to decide for yourself, do I want to spend my life chasing those things? I decided absolutely not. For so many people, they think the only way to be successful is to have a good job that makes a lot of money, have a partner, house, kids, the whole suburban 9 yards. And that's beautiful for people that want that. Beautiful. But you need to ask yourself, do I want that? I'm very successful according to my own metrics of success, and I'm very happy and proud of the life I've created for myself. But to someone else evaluating my life, I've done nothing. I will not be retiring by 35. I do not have a fancy car. I don't even have a plan. I've never signed a lease. Like, these are normal metric of success, right? But what kind of success? I'm very passionate about this topic, so this video has been a lot of rambling so far, but I have a point, I promise. But what I mean is success is a construct. It's not a truth or one defined thing that everybody must live up to and achieve. Maybe society wants you to think that. And gosh, is it beneficial for a capitalist society to want you chasing money. But is that the best thing for yourself? You need to choose. Success isn't universal. It's completely subjective and 100% socially constructed. If you take away one thing from this video, I just want you to remember that success is 1000% subjective. It's not universal, and it's a social construct that has been drilled into you since the moment you were born. Indoctrination, if you will. It's a strong word, but it's exactly what it is. And unfortunately, this stereotypical way of evaluating a successful life can make a lot of people feel like they're falling behind, they're failing. But you might just be measuring your life by the wrong metrics. Choose for yourself. What are the priorities in your life? What do you want to be the center of your world? Your values are so clearly defined by what you spend your time, money, and attention on, and your energy. So what are you spending those things on right now? And do you want to continue living that way? Of course, there is a lot of nuance to this. If you have a family or specific responsibilities and things, it's not as simple as just changing everything in your life. Of course. But for a lot of us, we're a lot more empowered. We're a lot more in control of our lives than we want to accept, because then the responsibility falls on us. So the first key to everything is becoming aware of how you spend your time, money, energy, attention, and do these values reflect the life that you want to live? Or do they simply reflect the success that you've been told to want and strive for since you were a little baby? A key thing I like about this is that when you change the definition of success, you change the emotional experience of your whole life. You can feel successful. I feel very successful. And none of that has to do with money. I have created a life that I love that's incredibly 1000% different from all of the people that I know. But I have rewired my brain. Instead of thinking that I'm behind in every way, instead I've crafted something that I'm proud of, that I want, that I truly love. And that definitely takes a lot of rewiring, a lot of self-work, but it's made me such a happier person because of it. I'm able to celebrate other people's success because that's not what I want, but I'm so happy for you. And if that is something that I want, instead of letting that jealousy take over, I really like the mentality of, oh, that's for me. When you use jealousy as a tool for becoming aware of what it is you want in life. Happy, successful people will never tear you down. They'll only celebrate you. You can also think of the metrics of success as lens through which you're seeing the world. If you change your lenses and see things differently, you're gonna have different feelings about the world, yourself. If you associate success, happiness, everything with money, versus if you change that and you see success and everything associated with it revolving around family time and quality relationships, you're gonna see the world totally different. You're gonna strive for different things. You're gonna wanna be surrounded by different things. You're gonna spend your time, money, energy completely differently. So it's a choice and a lens shift and a mindset shift. Lots of shifts. So if this whole concept seems like something that you're interested in, you could think about doing an audit of your values and metrics of success. I think values is another video, but really trying to think about, how do you measure success? And going along with that, how do you define failure? What would failure mean for you? So to start from the beginning, ask yourself, where did my metric of success and how I've evaluated my life up to this point, where did it come from? What do I remember seeing when I was younger? Who do I remember looking up to? What have I always wanted, or at least been chasing for most of my life? And then ask yourself too, where do I feel like I'm failing? Where do I look down on myself and think, why can't you do this? Why can't you have this? Why can't you be this? Is it money, status? Who do you compare yourself to? What timeline do you have for yourself and why? Like, did you actually create that timeline yourself? Or is this something that you just grew up thinking people do, successful people do? As you ask yourself all these questions, you can start to pick and choose the things that you truly do believe in and align with, but then rewrite and edit some things that you think could be tweaked. Replace these elements with things that truly do align with your values and the type of life you want to live, the type of person you want to be. And maybe you're not that person yet, but you can absolutely get there. And by identifying your true values and your metrics of success, it's gonna help you get there. Because if you spend your whole life chasing things that you don't truly value, you don't truly want, but other people have told you you should want them, that's not living an aligned, authentic life. And not to say living an aligned, authentic life is so easy. That takes a lot of self-work and bravery and growth too. But it's a hell of a lot more rewarding and has much more potential for happiness. I did my value and success audit years ago when I was at like my first and only real 9-to-5 job, and I'm like, wow, I hate this. So I booked a one-way flight to Singapore and I backpacked around Southeast Asia with my now husband, and we worked in Australia and New Zealand for a couple years, ran out of money, came back home, started working online, COVID hit. Like, we've kind of just been going with the flow, and now we've created a life that we love because we haven't put that intense pressure on ourselves of chasing that metric of success. My husband even had the opportunity to work in finance for one of the biggest banks in the world, and yet he said, rather not, and went to Australia, and he turned down that awesome job, and 4 months later he was selling HelloFresh boxes door to door. Not the most lucrative position, but we figured it out, and we've found ourselves because of it, and we've created a life we love because of it. So just remember, success does not have one fixed definition. Success does not exist, like in Mean Girls. You can choose the definition, you truly can, and by choosing a different definition, you can completely change your life and who you are. So much of the pressure you feel to be successful and to have and chase this thing, it might not even be real. You might not even want it. It might just be things that you assumed you should want, or that the world has told you to want. They're just inherited, assumed expectations that you've never really questioned. So many social norms that we live by that dictate our everyday life just are things we haven't questioned. And keeping the status quo does not necessarily lead to a really happy, successful life, according to us. So start to evaluate what success means to you and create a lifestyle that aligns with who you want to be, what you want to value. I think this is a way to build a life you love and become the person that you're proud of, who you want to be. This is a topic I'm incredibly passionate about. I hopefully will learn how to break my million thoughts down into lots of individual pieces, because I think this is something that is so important for us in life, nowadays especially. So if you identify with this, if you've got any value from this video, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and how you define success, what's important for you, what values are you rewriting on your own terms. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.